Good morning. It is a little after 3 o'clock in the morning. It is officially, is it Sunday already? I don't know. I've been staying really busy, productive more so. And this lighting is intentional only because, I just, I don't have to explain. But, so it's just been really productive, and so productive it's hard to log all the things that happen. So I don't know. I think I'm not supposed to. What do you say? Okay, angels of light and love, I welcome you and to direct and protect these messages, my chakras, my auras, my space, and that of my families. Thank you so very much. So, I just, the main thing is that I'm not supposed to micromanage or stress or just agonize over, every single thing. So I told you February 1st was a big date for me. And that's one of the days that I ask for your help, because it's one of the formal dates of representation where, I'm going to be assessed. And there's a lot of actions leading up to that point. But everything is just kind of in flow, encoded, and just kind of like on the dot within divine timing as I'm guided. So I think that's the way things are supposed to roll, because there's a lot of energy coming into my space. And I do have a lot of protection, so everything is meant to be as it should. Not to say that I welcome these predatory behaviors, but at the same time, I carry heavy karmic influences, so you get what's coming to you, whether it's accentuated within whether how do I say it, within the polarity that you choose to express. So that's where it is right now, and I'm very happy with all the things that are in motion. I could not be more thankful with the fuller scope that I have seen since the last day my ex set foot into this house. So, it's, or even, spent the night. So it's this is very good progress, and I for the highest good, I really do hope that he is getting situated and happier with where he's at, because that was a true intention in the first place, with both of us moving forward, at least with what I had in mind, that it would be fluent, as fluent as possible for each of us. And so, to that, I'll say at least I invested well in myself and the kids. And so things are progressing very well. I can't say that everything is perfect, and with that, I do apologize for asking for assistance on such short notice. But part of that is to say that a lot of that was just to place belief in myself, as well as the responsiveness of my kids in the process of transition during dissolution. And this is the most movement I have ever made thus far, and it's not about the added pressure, because that's irregardless of how I feel about it, but it's more so like the excitement of like knowing how much progress could be made. Like it feels like I just realized in assessing myself, how the days have been, that I have never had so much gratitude naturally, organically, in the past, what, week or two has it been? It's hard to keep track of time at this point, because it's like when you're in the moment and you're getting all these things done, even within the what is it, scheduled? It's not even scheduled, but like the moments that you assert yourself into, like, just, I don't know if I would call it relaxing, but it's more like taking time to just put things down and just be in the moment to find value without having the tally point of productivity. So it's finding value in self, regardless of how much you put forth, but also knowing that you have that one-up of getting so much done. So for the past, like, decade and a half that I've lived here, it's, it's like just seeing so much. So this is all very good, placing belief in myself and start saying, like, oh yeah, sure, a big girl now, you can you can ask for help, but know that you also have heavy breath of it beyond the veil. So along with February 1st as a big as one of the leading days to the next steps ahead, there's also, like, every day counts, every moment counts, and I know that it's rather late or rather early in the morning, but I don't feel tired. There's just, I just want to take a moment to stop and just, like, put the bid out there. And thank you to all of my supporters and sponsors in every way that you do that within your divinely guided and expressed power. I do appreciate it. Some of it is seen and some of it is not yet seen, by my eyes anyway. So it's not to say that all of it deserves credit. So I do appreciate that. So today at 10:30, there's another move out date or scheduled, and I don't know who's coming, but if for some reason this Matthew character comes up, please just, I ask you to assert yourself there, most definitely, just because of the intention to bring him on board, or any other aggressors, are just cues to trigger. And I don't know, I just I feel like there's a lack of taste when it comes to resolve, stooping to a level where there's to add in any extra drama is kind of just, not just kind of, it's low. And for someone to show up knowing that they are intentionally a home wrecker, with unhealed wounds and expressing them onto others is, it's the bullshit factor. So anyway, asking for help. I'm still seeking out, funds, but, yeah, so, I trusted my progress, and, it was no more than like 20 minutes ago that I realized that it really did feel like I was working for myself, that, I'm putting in it was like one of the first times I was able to naturally acknowledge, like it just occurred to me that it felt like I was working for myself, that I was putting in as much effort as though I was working for somebody else. And when I work for somebody else, I put in a shit ton of effort. So it's really nice to see things recalibrate. What did Spirit want to show us here? Okay, I only ask Spirit, okay, and angels of light and love, ancestors of light and love, my besties from the beyond, elementals of light and love, star families of the like, ascended masters of the like, to only show me what I am able to share to with the collective, because I know that there are some crazy people, like I don't understand sometimes, like, what makes people, like, just turn, like people go psycho over money, like, it's crazy, truly a judge of someone's character. Okay, so we have Two of Cups. We're using the Book of Shadows Tarot as below, okay? Because I'm feeling a lot more grounded now. And then Nine of Wands muted, okay, or inverted. Okay, so there's a lot of harmony here because of personal standards, creating standards and holding to them. So it's like when we're at a crossroads here, because that's how it showed itself. I know you can't really see it, but when we're at a crossroads and we're like establishing and integrating harmony, it's not just because like somebody, set up, the dominoes, so you could just like, give them that Midas touch and then everything knocks down accordingly. That's not the job of the divine. That's not how they set things up. But, you put in the work with, like, for me, I'm backlogged with abundance. And it's not to say that none of it has come in. I'm saying that the intangibles have come forth. And if any tangibles have expressed themselves, it's more so like within my gifts, okay, being expressed. And so, but when it comes down to the pentacle energy, the pentacle is, takes the longest to, of all, suits to express itself, to come into fruition. So there's like a buildup. And what do we want to say about that? Angels of light and love. Oh yes. So when we're looking at our standards and establishing them, that we're not going to settle for any less than peace, harmony, happiness. At the core level, when you're looking outside of that physical material wealth, what is it that matters to you most at any age range? If you're going to go backwards or forwards in sickness and in health, in all forms of reality, what is it you want most? And harmony, peace, happiness is the core value that strikes a chord with practically anyone. So when you're looking at that, you're looking at your worth, and you're not going to settle for anything less than having that as a prerequisite. So that's what we're looking at when we're at a crossroads. That happiness, is it Two of Cups? Harmony. It's priceless, so like when it comes to like, okay, so I need to have a job, like any job, like I need to have to record some source of income for my court case, to give me leverage, and like, that's what I was instructed, and I've been trying, but I haven't been like, tooth and like, scratching tooth and nail at it, because it's not supposed to be, like, this process isn't supposed to be a stressful one, but I know that it's part of the list, so I have to, like, distribute a ratio of myself to, like, throwing out, bids out there, regardless of what it looks like. It's just like a means to the end at this point. And so it's like, where am I going with this, angels? So, how do I say it? I don't know, like, what do you want me to say about that, Spirit? Because I'm really trying not to be stressed about it right now. But, so I'm, there's still a few days left before the court case. And so it's just one thing at a time, one day at a time. And so the next day is already, like, today. It's the bigger move out day, and I've been like, there are a lot of blessings, and not all of them are in disguise. So, luckily, it's just, face value when it comes to progress here, and just like the collaboration of, having my kids help without, making it feel like a chore. So, like, I haven't... I haven't had that in a long, long time. When your kids get to a certain age, it's like it's harder to reach them, especially after there's been years of drama and trauma. So it's like, to have that easily accessible now, it's great. So I have nothing to complain about. Okay, well, what else do you want to say, angels? But love, spirit, what else can we share with the collective? Okay, what is this? Oh gosh, this is hard to see. It's a Hierophant in reverse, and in front of the Queen of Wands. Huh. Okay, Hierophant in reverse. How does this look like? Let me see. Oh, it's like, is it a shop owner with a customer? Oh, so this is, they're talking about, the way it's expressed here is it's like a transaction. So it's like the terms and conditions. This is like, contractual interactions in reverse. So I think some things are being arranged for, like, undercover or underground. There's something like a hidden network that's being, like, worked on, arranged, and I can't tell whether it's like I'd like to think it's positive, but I have to be very discerning of it, because I don't know, I think that because I'm the Queen of Wands here in the background, highly coveted, but at the same time, like, I don't think people understand really my fire, like, 100%. So if people are going to try to test me because I have a particular need at this time, or for certain things, they don't realize that they could get severely burned, like charred, almost like, lava. Yeah, so it's like knowing, like not underestimating me, like not lowballing me in any manner whatsoever. That Spirit is saying that, like, because the Queen of Wands here is like, this young girl is like wanting to touch the fire, like get close to it, but the Queen of Wands is like grabbing her wrist and saying like, no, you don't know, like this is firmly, because this young girl doesn't understand the power of that fire, and to grab at it, it's when you have respect, you keep a certain amount of distance from what you revere. You trust that there's boundaries, and you also respect them. So yeah, there's that. I don't know, I'm supposed to read it like that. That's what it says anyway, here, based on the imagery and based on the context of how the cards are laid out. So, but like with the Hierophant in reverse, they're saying that there's a huge amount of potential when it comes to something that needs to be unearthed, as far as how we go about there's something about interfacing, because it's not 100% about the underground, but that's the primary message here. That's the heavy context. Like an underground circuitry of like networks. That's what it's saying. Like there's buzzing beneath the surface, and okay, I need context to this, Spirit. Like this is a little, I'm not sure 100%, because there's no like quick carry over to here. Let me just double check here. Similar images. No, not 100%. Okay, so can you clarify, Spirit? Okay, this is hard to see. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have this Lovers in reverse that fell between the legs, and then on the right knee is the Fool card pronounced, and 8 of Wands pronounced. Okay, the Lovers in reverse. Jeez, why are we getting that? I don't understand. The Lovers in reverse. So because it's clarifying the Hierophant in reverse and the Queen of Wands in upright, the Lovers card, like it's like paired with the Hierophant also in reverse. It's like there's it's that guy again, or some similar energy of someone who is very, very fond of me secretly, like underground level, like undercover. There's some energy that's very fond of me, like very much in link with me on a very like secretive level. Like I can't even, it's hard for me to put words to this because the lack of familiarity within, my cognitive understanding of it. But there's a there's a, what do you call it? A journey about to commence, like a new opportunity that will be communicated, like divinely orchestrated and communicated to me, like I'll guided, intuitively guided, it looks like, because it looked like the Magician to me, but it was the Eight of Wands. So I'm going to be intuitively guided as far as the best opportunity to start on. Okay. So yeah, it's just reiterating to express discernment, because this underground like network of buzzing communications, there's going to be more than one opportunity presented. And you know when you work on a telepathic level, energetic level, you're given opportunities that are not necessarily like your traditional form of like ring, ring, ring. You pick up the phone and, or like you get an email. It's not 100% traditional like that. Some of these things are proposed, on an energetic level. It's kind of like paper plane type of, messaging. So you may, channel in, opportunities that are expressed by familiar, like people who already know you and people who have already communicated with you. I'm speaking for those who are, gifted or tapping into their gifts. And when you are able to tap into a frequency with certain individuals, it's kind of like a Morse code type of communications. And so like a lot of that is like top secret, it's there's no writing, like there's no hard evidence, because it's that, secret. So like I'm telling you more than you should probably know, but like we're all elevating, we're all growing to a level of expansion, expanded thought forms, expanded ways of being. And so I think I'm guided to kind of relay these things to you. So at this time anyway. But yeah, so, when it comes to, our needs, okay, the universe hears us, okay, they see all of our efforts or gestures. So when we're manifesting and we speak it out into the universe, we also do that within our actions. And I've talked about this before, but I feel the need to reiterate that here. So, the divine wants me to convey, not getting lost in the sauce, the secret sauce and the special sauce, whatever. And with that, to keep in mind our ethics, our values. So when it comes to discernment, we're not just discerning whether somebody's saying this or that, what the messaging is, like what the deal is, like what the stipulations and the terms and conditions. But discernment is also like a two-way street. So as a light worker, when you're working with your best efforts within your heart chakra, you're also discerning your code of ethics and the applications of that within each contractual like presentation that you're presented with. So that's where Spirit wants me to, like, because the universes are also listening to those gestures of thought, within those transitions. So What do you want to say about that, Spirit? Is there anything else that I missed on that? I mean, like, is there anything else that I need to convey on that? That you would like me to convey on that anyway. Okay, fell on my right side between me and the candle. Oh. It is the Eight of Cups. Yeah, this is definitely, it's citing your moral code of ethics. Like, there's a lady, like, looking kind of like in the dark, and she's guided by the Fae, but she's citing, like, different books, and kind of feeling them out before they're even opened. And she does have one open, but there's several books. Okay, so there's 3, 6, 7, and where's the 8th one? It's hard to see in this light. Anyway, 8 of Cups is represented by books here, is my what's noticed here. So it's really finding yourself, like going, like kind of isolating yourself out of putting your blinders on, and finding that calm, that peace generated within independent thought. And that's 100% what this card is depicting here. Is when we're presented with any opportunities, even when you go as low as like the low vibing state of gossip, the power of independent thinking is really what saves you. But really, like, puts you within your divine power. Like, your experience matters, and for someone to script that for you, to paint a picture for you when you yourself are also an artist, you don't want to give up that power. So when it comes down to receiving offers, it's also a process of elimination. So when you get those energetic frequencies of people who want to run in through, not saying that all of these messages that come through the undercover are immoral, but you have to say, like, at least 50-50 in each and every world of communications, each channel, require discernment, like, because of, the... Okay, let's just look at things like on a granular level, like physically speaking, just like standard, okay? When you're looking at polarities, there's one side and then the other side, the extremes, right? So when you're looking at the middle, right in the middle, that's where we're looking at the 50-50. So if you're looking at like that as a hard fact of like trying to create it into a tangible thought form, we're looking at the discernment of knowing like half of it like has got to be something that like is unsavory, and the other half has got to be something, worth your while, a learning opportunity. So however you receive these offers, Tina and, viewer, it requires your power of independent thinking, your expression of like checking the books of your moral codes of ethics, and seeing what vibes, okay? Because when we look at that prefix of the 2 of Cups, harmony, also with like the gatekeeping of your personal standards, that's a primary whether you're like 5, 6, or 65, or whatever age range, in sickness and health, and like injury, or in, prime condition, slim or, plump, or whatever. Harmony, peace, happiness is a huge deal. And how can you truly find that organically if you are not cross-referencing your code of ethics? Like, to skip over that, to shortcut that premise is like it's like you always have to watch your back, or knowing that you cheated, like you didn't get these things legitimately. So it's that there's this unsettling force, like even subconsciously ingrained within you, that you're reiterating and scripting. So it's like you're generating this like karmic, I'm not saying you are, but like these behaviors generate karmic influences. So it's like my dad always used to say, like, not that like I was a repeat offender on this, but like you would only be cheating yourself. You hear that a lot. So something to keep in mind. Anything else, Spirit, before I go into bananagrams? Okay. This is the 6 of, cups. Oh, that's great. That's kinship and the World card. This is wonderful, because when you do that, okay, you are actually meeting up with, when you're given a good offer, when you're like doing the process of elimination and you're not living in fear, like, oh, that sounds like a good thing, but like I don't think I would be happy working for that boss, or I don't think, like, I think they would put me through the mill just to earn, a quick buck or whatever. Like, people who, when you live in lack mindset and fear, it's like you're putting yourself through unnecessary challenges and stressors, just because somebody undervalued you, rather purposefully, or even unintentional, like not really understanding your true value. But you like are like putting that stamp of approval, saying like, okay, but I'm okay with it. And that's like not okay. That vibe is not okay. You're like stepping, it's not like you're stepping backwards, you're moving backwards. Like, you know what I mean? So, it forces you to take a look at the big picture in the end. So before you take those next steps forwards again. So, what do you want to say about that, Spirit? So, okay, when you do the process of elimination, you're not living in lack mindset, and you take up these good offers that actually, truly vibe with you, that sit okay with you. It's like you're finding that soul family. You're finding like true connections that reciprocate, that understand that value of their own value, and thus they're able to, your code of ethics are vibing with the others, okay? And you're closing out old cycles. The World card is saying like you're closing that deal with the right people. So, hallelujah, I'm good with that. Bottom of the deck. What is this? It is the Tower in reverse. Is it? Yeah, it's a Tower in reverse. So, it shows like someone in red, like the image of a person in red in the kitchen, and then the thing that broke on the floor is also in red. So it's taking personal accountability for cleaning things up, cleaning up our act. And this is like changing our ways when it comes to the decision-making process on what's sustainable for us? It's 3:46 on the clock right now. Yeah, okay, so that's the secret sauce. The top of the deck is the moon card. How funny. And it's a full moon. So it's being immersed within the collective, okay, and being intuitively guided. So it's like I'm getting a very big high priestess energy here, most definitely, because she's very drawn by the moon, but she's from bottom down in the water. And as you know, the moon guides, has huge energetic pull. So a lot of, what do you call it? Added weight when it comes to power. When it comes to bodies of water. And so that's within our own as well as tapped into the collective. So grounding that energy, that pull, it's like channeling that into the collective. We have the power to do that, especially within this act right here. Yeah. Okay. Well, I didn't expect to do a reading like this, but okay. Opening up the deck, we have, what is this? It's 6 of Wands. Holy cannolis. It's, okay, it's, sorry, the light here is sucking, but it's 6 of Wands. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe I'll lighten it up and put it on, YouTube or something, but we have 6 of Wands. We opened it up to the 6 of Wands. How beautiful is that? So it's not just victory, but also glory. You know, I like it. All right, now give me a second so I can go ahead and grab the bananagrams. Oh, my knees. Okay. Here, what do you want to reveal? Okay. FWOTEMRICT. You know, I see MRI and then CT. You know, there's something about getting checked. I mean, to have that back to back is insane to me. And I also see faux looking at here. Like, I see tick and toe. Like, you know, tic-tac-toe, but there's no tack here. You know, there's something about like our enemies, you know, like the foes, the people, because I don't want to say like we have enemies, but people act like a fool, you know, they act like a foe here, and it's like they lack tact. You know what I mean? There's something encoded here, like tic-tac-toe, like they think they've got this strategy going, but they're lacking tact. And they need a deeper look, like a CAT scan, like a CT or MRI. There's something about like a mental block, or some have mental conditions for sure. Like there's a small percentage in there that have something like some kind of imbalance. There's something there, but then there's also about, like, I'm getting like tack, like somebody, like something about like you know, pin tack thing, like somebody stepped on a tack or something, like, and I don't know why. I don't know, but there's a serious condition, like, to get an MRI, it's like, what is it, like a huge, like a very intrusive, x-ray, right? And it's to check, like, your, like, some very major things going on, like what's going on in your brain. I think that's what it is. But, like, you have to go into, like, this, basically lay down into, like, this tunnel to get these, you know, readouts of you. And, you know, any kind of, like, exposure, every time we're exposed to radiation at a high degree, it's always a risk, no matter what they tell you. Like, there's radiation everywhere, okay? That's what radiologist has told me before. But, like, you know, but there's certain degrees of it that you're exposed to. However, when you're taking so many x-rays, or when you're exposed to a high degree to it, like, they don't tell you these things really because they don't want to scare you, and, you know, it's whatever. But that's why they only do it, like, if they really, really need to, like. But anyway, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's something serious here. Like, I'm not a doctor. You guys, you know that. Like, I'm not a medical doctor. But I see what I see, and if it's anything of value to you, I think you should really explore that. N, okay. E, D, E. Oh, it fell on the floor. V, R, and E. I see credit. Wrote, write. Coven. From. More. Trove. Okay. All right. I feel like credit is important because we have to give ourselves credit when it comes to harmonization. It is a process, and one that we must respect irregardless of what we're surrounded by. Because whatever we're surrounded by, you know, is a resource provided and divinely guided by the divine. I know I used divine multiple times within that, within its description, but, you know, when we say divinely guided, even like people who have done many wrong things, they're also divinely guided, but, you know, it's whether or not they listen to that guidance and follow through. And sometimes we're divinely guided by, you know, certain karmic influences are divinely guided to, how do I say it? Act a fool during certain times, you know what I mean? In order to motion the frequency of healing, many opportunities for healing. So I feel like right is more, like present tense of right is more important, but we already used the one I here, so now it's going to be wrote. Yeah, I feel like it. Oh, rewrote. Haha, see? Oh, where did I put it? Okay. So we need to give ourselves credit for what's done, what we've already done. And part of that is reworking our systems. We rewrote, we re-encoded, we reprogrammed, and that's excellent. I also see venom here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let me just put that on. Excuse me. So to get the I keep hearing anecdote, but antidote. Goodness gracious. Some of you might have like stories. Yeah, we have stories because we rewrote stuff. So, okay, in order to get the antidote for such things as venom, you have to have also the venom, right? Yeah. So, and lastly, I have fee, F-E-E, left. So where does this go? Feet. Yeah, that's all that it goes. So one thing, this is about also grounding, and also like really taking care of your feet, especially when you're doing so many things, like taking so many steps. So when we're looking at the intangible state, before I don't want to forget this, the intangible state, we're looking at our foundations. So not to forget about like when all the work is, when we're doing all of these steps, not to forget about our foundations. So like this is a matter of prioritization, our roots, our stability. So we have to like discern what's the nice to haves versus the needs to have. And so, I've been doing that throughout this process, and to be flexible with it. Okay, so there's only so much time in the day. If I'm like trying to clean up things and trying to help my ex like move out, and it's just part of the process of it. And also it helps when I'm wiping down stuff, like cleaning stuff off, or like taking care of things that go to him, that are meant to be sent off to him, it's a matter of respect for what I've learned in the past, and regardless of how he conducts himself moving forward or how he has in the past, like I know that I'm doing right by the divine in all, that I'm finding closure, that I'm not like the INFJ door slam isn't like 100% always true. Like when you close that door on the final sense of closure, like you're always going to do your best to find peace, and to also deliver that. So regardless of who takes to that, I know that I can at least do that. Like I did the best as I could, as it was, and part of that I have to say is, selfish too. Like I deserve some peace. I deserve to forgive in the way that vibes with me. And it's like the more like when things need to be like shifted around to and customized, to like, how do I say it? Okay, when we're, let's say, revamping an environment and making it yours, changing up the energy to what's, so it's not stagnant, okay? Even just looking at that granular level. You have to like not just find the flow and get into the rhythm of it, but like enjoy it too. Like what you're doing. And so his stuff, you know, needs to go to him. And like if I just dump all the stuff with like massive amounts of dust into one corner, guess what? That dust, like, you know, travels throughout the home too. So it's like I'm creating more work for myself. So with that, it's just like, if I am giving a head start, I don't know, I don't think I really need to explain all of it, because I'm not looking for validation from you. I'm just trying to explain it in a way that helps another person transition, because I found like the most peace and the most joy in the past like week or two than I have ever, like, in like, I don't even know how to describe it. So he's gonna live his life according to how he sees fit. But like doing these things, like when I'm cleaning up items that go to him, I'm also making sure that it doesn't track bullshit around my house either. And with that, it's like it makes him happier to start his new life too. And with that, it's like kind of taming the beast within me and also taming possibly the beast in him. You know, it's just like, it's those are soft skills. You know what I'm talking about? So those are soft skills that are so underestimated when it comes into like the business world. And a lot of people forget about, you know, the bedside manner when it comes to the specialty of building bonds. And you know, like I said, like I'm not trying to create any more bonds. I'm just, you know, this is how I conduct business, regardless if I'm clocked in or clocked out. And you know, that's what I value. I don't think I have anything more to say about that. Okay. So, we covered the intangible part of it. So what about, I think the tangible part of, like, because I have to like rewind now because I didn't want to forget about the intangible part. All right. So the tangible part, spirit, angels. Oh, feet. Okay. Okay. The tangible part. Okay. Because we talked about foundations as feet. Okay. So when we're doing all of these things, taking all of these steps, getting all of these things done, it's equally important on a spiritual level that when we're moving here and there, that we are also taking care of our physical feet. So we wash them, like we owe ourselves some respect. Like we're not just doing things to get things done for this and that, but like we have to remember ourselves and our experience in this world. So we wash our feet energetically, like remove all of the like whatever that we've managed to track within. Like we're not going to bring that shit to bed, you know. And also, like, you know, lotion them, soften them, or whatever. But it's also remembering your experience in this world, and it's like a return to sender. Like we sent all this love out into this world, and we're going to ensure a return on investment within its immediacy. It's not about immediate gratification, but it's also the remembering who generated that. Like you are a co-creator. Like if spirit was right beside you and you're like, you know, that's your main person, you know. So it's like you would want the best for them, right? So it's like I know I would, care for someone like that within their physical form. So yeah, I would, I don't know. I don't, it feels like people think that I'm weird enough already, but, like, you would, okay, let's just think about like an infant, right? Okay, so you would like, lotion their feet, you would like, make sure that they feel like loved. That's all. That's what I'm saying. So you got to do that for yourself too with the many steps that you take. Okay, I think that's it for now. I hope you have a wonderful transition through whatever it is that you're going through. Because I am experiencing that myself, and I just thought I'd share, the wonderful positive things. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, a lot of things can be scary. And like, I know that some people are like, when you set up protection, you should also like not divulge too much, like drop dates and this and that. But like, I'm tired of living in fear. When you have ultimate trust in yourself and in the divine, you know that you have supporters that will come through, and the rest can be handled by you and beyond the veil. So it's like, that like things are not going to be like super perfect, right? That like, just because like I'm going through a dissolution doesn't mean that like after like he's moved out that everything's going to be perfect. That's like not what it's about. There's always going to be some degree of challenges, and to just anticipate that time where you're going to like get that new like creative challenge, or like that these opportunities or whatever that are going to excite you. It's like, no, Spirit's saying the way to reprogram yourself and to I guess prep yourself, like condition yourself to get there, like, so that it's going to be just like a surprise, rather than like causing anxiety of when is it going to come. You just find excitement in like the shittiest of circumstances, or even the transition from it. So it's like that way, like whenever there's even roadblocks to good and wonderful opportunities, or challenges that are so unfamiliar, you can approach them with like such a good attitude and recreate your experiences and into something that's like, that was worthy, and I was fit for that. I was, I don't know. It's just I'm in a better state right now, and anyway, I think that is it. So now that this reading is officially over, I close out all portals that have been opened, and upon closure, I send back all of the energies that have come forth, and send it back with their karma due, or send them back with their karma due. Closing out all portals. Thank you for respecting my space in advance. I do appreciate it. Thank you also, again, reiterating to my supporters and sponsors. So have a wonderful day, and see you again later. Okay, bye for now.